Yeah, welcome to my Compound Life. I'm your host, Jonathan. This is a channel where we build assets, build habits, and we build future. Before we get started, hit the like, hit subscribe. You can become my 12, 13, 14, 15 subscribers if that's the case. It's early morning, Tuesday. Good to see you all. I'm just doing my morning walk. Yeah, so today we'll talk about Bitcoin. I think a few of my friends rang me earlier, like how fearful they are. I think generally, over the weekend, we did have a small little pump. As soon as the 1st of December starts, everything seems to plummet. And all of a sudden, everyone becomes really fearful. So I think there are a lot of negative events that are happening right now that leads to people wanting to sell off more Bitcoin. But I think it's all temporary. There's a lot of FUD that talks about strategy. Whether when the MNAV of Bitcoin drops to an extent, then Michael Saylor will have to sell off all his Bitcoin, right? But of course, Saylor came out and addressed that with I don't know how many billions worth of reserve just to pay off their investors in the event that, if the Bitcoin price fell below the NAV. Apart from that, one interesting event that happened last night, which I think it's worth the while to make the video, although it doesn't really affect us in the UK. However, I do hope that it will eventually become available in the UK. That's Vanguard. Vanguard will be offering Bitcoin ETF, right, for their users. So that's very, very big in the US. And I somehow believe that eventually it will be available in Europe as well as in the UK. And it's quite important for us to get an understanding that, when an asset management company as big as Vanguard and BlackRock and all of them starts to offer Bitcoin, essentially it's showing the recognition of such asset. I still personally think that I'll be investing through buying Bitcoin itself and not really buying the ETF. But knowing that if Vanguard does offer it in the UK eventually, so not yet, not now, but in the UK eventually, I may also consider stacking Bitcoin via Vanguard. More of a safety and security reason too, and really maximize on my my ISA allowance, because that's what everyone should really be doing. Maximize on your ISA, whatever disposable income you have. In Compound Life, we compound assets, right? So your ISA could be one. Your investment ISA, not your cash ISA. that doesn't really give much of an interest. And at the same time, you know, whatever money that you can scrape out or have money that left over, yeah, I think Vanguard buying the Bitcoin in its most original form would be good. Okay. So yeah, I think it's a very interesting turn. Vanguard starts offering Bitcoin ETF. People call this a manipulation. Like, you know, big institutions like Vanguard are trying to get into Bitcoin, so that's why the price dropped. For them to enter, for them to offer something attractive for their users. But personally speaking, I just felt it's just the timing. You know, we're entering the bear market. I think institutions do see that, you know, the attractiveness of offering something when it's at the low. So I personally still think it's more of a bear market thing as opposed to institutions manipulation. That's my take. But anyway, stay safe. And I think, yeah, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.